And this is the question that people said is, it's like dating on Tinder, is that you've got to have, you have the nice first date, don't you, where we all dress up and it's great, and you go, we've got all these things, it's going to be amazing, and then suddenly a few months in, it's not quite, expectations aren't quite managing, aren't quite leading up to what it's like. So there has to be an element of transparency, and this goes towards trust as well. We have to be transparent when we're showing what it's like. And if you're not being transparent, say, what could we do to actually create and communicate what it is like working here? The next thing is that people are very, in the round table, one person, we had this one guy, and he said, well, we put all over our social media whenever anyone does anything incredible, any achievements, whether they're academic, as in through their studies, through their exams, something great that happened at work, we shout about it everywhere. And there was this silence that filled the room, and I don't know if you're feeling that right now, because I was, as a facilitator, I was looking around and thinking, this is interesting, and this is what it was. Someone slowly piped up and said, but what if they leave you? What if they get headhunted? And then there were these nods of agreement of, we can't possibly say all these things about these great people that work for us because someone might take them and steal them, and they might leave us. But it's that, like that quote, isn't it? It's like, well, what if we spend all this money on training and development? What if, and they leave? Well, what if they stay and you don't invest in them? That's the thing. The progression route is a big thing, because now this has been a real trend and a real change in the last 3 to 4 years. And that is the fact that it's not always linear. And this is what the research said from a survey, was that a lot of talent out there don't just want to go upwards. They don't want to go straight to partner track. They actually want to have a squiggly career. And they want to try out different things. And they also want to have flexibility of things like, can I go on a sabbatical? Can I go traveling? One person in the roundtable said, you know what, we've worked out a deal. I work in tax, and I'm going to take 6 months off a year. They don't pay me for 6 months, but I get to go traveling, I come back and I work, and it works out beautifully for the moment. For the last few years, that's what I do. So it's about creating that flexibility that really works for the individual and keeping them interested as well. Someone else also worked out different ways of a trade-off with other firms. So if they had an R&D firm, they were actually having work placements and exchanges so that they could learn about different areas of the business. So a progression doesn't have to be upwards. It can go either way. And that's what's piquing people's interests.